Morning. So it is check-in day. I am currently at my nan's house. I'm gonna do the first part of my check-in here. I weighed myself at mine, but I left the camera here, so we're gonna start here. I am gonna still run to the gym. I'm supposed to be having a full day off, resting. It's in here, Nan. Anyway. So, I'm gonna check in. I hit a new low weight this morning, so I'm now 135.4 pounds. I haven't checked what that is in kilos, but I don't know my measurements. Everything's down slightly apart from my booty, and I've also got my new food for the week. But I just wanted to answer the first of one of my questions. So I have a list. It wasn't here. I forgot it. Are you ready? Do you feel like you're gonna win? Yeah, so with that one, obviously I'm still 20 days out, give or take, I think that's right. And there's still a lot of way for me to go. But because I know that I've had like a slow and steady prep, I know that I've actually maintained quite a lot of muscle mass. I'm still losing weight, and Nan, I'm trying to film the YouTube. That's why I was ignoring you. Huh? I was trying to film for YouTube.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Up 2 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I feel ready as to where I should be. Like not ready to step on stage, but I feel like I'm in the right spot, making the right progress. I know that the next 2 weeks are going to be very hard. Obviously peak week is the kind of week where everything settles into place. But yeah, and in terms of going to win, like I know that I'm up against some amazing people, some people who have worked as hard as me, equally as hard, and they're looking great. I think what it will come down to is the judge's opinion and how well we present ourselves and everything going to plan. But realistically, I've already won in the sense that I've made it this far, despite being pushed, pulled, having all the like things go wrong, lockdown and stuff. So I feel like I've won to an extent because I beat who I was before. And then like just for a recap, if I put in what I looked like when I started prep, and then I'll put in again the next time I like my next big thing, when I look there, and then obviously last week where was like another good week, and then put that there. And now I will do my check-in. thinking camera's low. It's a bit of a technical error. So I've got all of my food out on the side, and I've just realised you can't actually see it all. So I'm 3 weeks out and I've had a diet change, so I'm going to actually tell you what my new diet is in so many ways, and then I will give you a little quick look into what my shopping was like this weekend, and answer another one of the questions. And I've got my little list because I wrote the list from the 2 days that I put it up on my story, so I can answer one. So just to break it down, my new diet is basically an omelette, egg white omelette with spinach, some fish, broccoli and green beans. Then I have some prawns and spinach, and some more white fish and more green beans. Then
I'll have fish and a rice cake. At 10 o'clock I'll have fish. At 12 o'clock I'll have fish and a rice cake. 2
scoops of whey in there and 2 rice cakes, and my final meal will be like 100 grams of rice, 2 egg whites and 100 grams of greens. So it still sounds like a lot of food, and then it still makes the meals as well. I think it'll be interesting to see how my body responds to it, about how my hunger goes. In the past week I found that I've actually not been too hungry. Like at night time it's definitely hit me a lot more, but I think throughout the day I've been reasonably okay. It's just been more midweek. I had a day when I was like starving, and then at night time it's just a bit difficult. I think that the whole getting to bed straight away after eating your last meal was quite important. So I'm actually gonna try and prep a couple of days of my omelettes today when I'm cooking all this food, just so I can kind of cut out the need to cook omelettes every night, and then I prep everything else anyway, so it's all set. Now I'm not making a salad every day. I think that will also cut out a bit of time because I'm not having to do that. But yeah, realistically just trying to make everything as efficient and quick as possible. Rice cake of choice for the 3rd week in a row is salted rice cakes. It's like eating a little crisp. I actually had to buy as well 60 eggs. I'm just going to leave that because I don't want to fall over. 60 eggs. I've got 1.2 kg of prawns. I've got almost 2 kg of white fish, because obviously when it cooked, I use cooked weights, and I have done for the whole of my prep, so it's important to stay consistent with that. But yeah, when you cook them up they do shrink slightly, so I always have to go slightly over what I'm having. And then I've actually already last night pre-cooked all of my green beans, and I think this is so 620. So I want to say it's close to 2 kg of green beans as well. 1.2 kg of spinach, which is a lot. Then I've got some broccoli, which I did get from the frozen aisle, and then also some frozen cabbage for my evening greens. Yeah, I'm really sad. I'll be having like my last oats meal tonight until, I don't know. I don't get my food plans in advance. It's just basically before I need to change my food, before I do my food shopping. But yeah, and then while I'm here, I just get my little list. So one of the questions that I had was my favourite brand to wear. I'm actually not like a massive brand snob. Don't get me wrong, I've really loved like Nike. I'm a big fan of Air Forces, but because of the price, I think the fact that I hate spending the money on them when I can buy it cheaper from Amazon or from Primark, puts me off. And then if I'm honest, like basically everything I own gym wise, and then a lot of normal clothes has like been passed down to me from my mum or someone. I'm like, I literally, like a nickname when I was younger was like hand-me-down Bob, just because I just love, yeah, if you're getting rid of it and it fits me, just give it to me. Another question was, how much washing do you have? Now, I do cardio in the morning, I do cardio in the evening, and I train in the evening, and then I also have to wear office clothes. And I'm going to be so real with you. washing that amount of clothes and wearing different outfits for all of that would just be stupid. Like, there is no point. So what I do is I obviously have my work clothes and I'll wear that while I'm at work. If it's like something like a pair of trousers, I might get two uses out of them because I sit at a desk, because, you know, not like I do anything. When I get to the gym, I have an outfit and I'll train in that, I'll do my cardio in that. And then I'll actually wear what I trained in the night before for my cardio the next day. I shower obviously after my morning cardio. I'll shower sometimes at night as well, so there's no point in me wearing something else because I'm just gonna get showered, I'm just gonna get sweaty in it, and I don't have time to be doing the washing of like having 4 kids because I wear so much clothes. And another one, I'm gonna do in like a 2-part because I think they're kind of related. Someone asked me what is my water intake like and how has it changed. So I've been set like 6 litres of water a day, and that's for like water loading, and then I do have salt with all of my meals. So essentially when it gets close to peak week, we will kind of manipulate the salt and water in my body, and it will then assist in drying me out. But at the moment, I think positively the salt must be helping me to some degree to keep the fluid in my muscles. I've been on quite low on carbs and I don't have like a pre-workout meal or anything like that, so the fact that I've still able to get a pump and all of that, and then actually while I'm here, that ties into another question. So I don't really have a favourite pre-workout. Where I train in the evening as well, I would have a non-stim. I'm not the biggest fan of when I get tingles and stuff because it makes me want to scratch my hands like I've escaped from the loony bin. So realistically, it's not really for me. I have noticed that the JP non-stim Nortropic, or however you pronounce it, that does give a nice little pump. And then there was also, I think it's V5 or something from Amazon, which was really nicely priced and lasts ages in the blue raspberry flavour. And that not only tasted gorgeous, like dry scooping that, it's like having sherbet. But I don't think it was really doing enough for me to justify taking all the sessions, and then also to justify the artificial sweeteners and extra bit of calorie. I've got the fattest box of my protein I've ever seen. So, I have my protein. I actually have this in like white and black, but I just got a red one, just a little. And then I got matching cycling shorts as well. Yeah, because it was an offer, it was like really cheap. So I thought, let me just. And then I'm running out of EEAs, so I was like, oh, I'll buy one, but I've not tried any of their flavours and I'd rather not commit to a thing. So they've got 28 sachets, and it just lets you try 4 different flavours you got to pick as well. So obviously that's 28 times, and then I can make a decision. And when like my fella or my mum or someone puts in an order, then obviously I'll squeeze mine on then. Because it was a big order, I actually have been given a protein hat. I chose a blue one and also a blue shaker. It was free, so I thought, why not? So then this is just their pre-workout blue raspberry flavour. I was recommended to try it again. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I know that my fella does use it. So I said, let's get it and give it a go. It's blue raspberry because it's my favourite flavour, and yeah. Okay, so the whole reason for this order was because of the protein. At the rate that I go for protein, it's better to buy more one go and get the bigger discount than it would be to buy it every month or so, just getting the single one. So I went in and I've got salted caramel, vanilla. This literally tastes like chocolate. No, like custard. Oh, chocolate brownie. If you blend this with some banana and put it like frozen banana, it looks literally like ice cream. I've not done it yet, but I've done it with a different flavour and it was great. I kind of made it a bit too watery and it was like a smoothie, but make it thicker, it's like ice cream. Yeah, banging. And it's really nice as well with a bit of Himalayan salt in your oats, just so you know. And the new flavour that I have not tried before, white chocolate. I've been like fantasizing and dreaming about Bueno and Kinder and white chocolate blondies and biscuits and vanilla and all the things I can't have. So I'm actually really very excited to try the white chocolate flavour. But all of these will last me a lot longer than I normally get with my protein. So a bit of an investment for the next however many months, but it also means that I can then not have to make an order so many times because I've got all of my protein. But yeah. Hello. So I've literally just been cooking for the past day. But yeah, I just wanted to take 5. I actually really wanted to answer more of the questions while I was doing stuff, but this was just like a really standard, boring day where I was just doing like my meal prep for the week and all of that stuff. But I'm going to quickly run through a couple of them. There's one question which it was asked and I said ask me anything. It's my thoughts on a foot fetish. Personally, don't have one. I don't think feet are that pretty. I mean, obviously there are some people that, you know, are just blessed with nicer looking feet, but I've got gremlin trotters, so I wouldn't really kind of put mine as the ones that are pretty, and they don't really do it for me. Another question was things that were easier or harder during prep. I think one of the harder things is, and I didn't expect, is the staying organised. Like, I am the type of person to make lists and pre-plan, and you know, like I actually bought my little book, so this is my current notebook. I have loads. This is the current one, and I basically set it out. So I make my own little boxes and my lines, so that's one for each day. Those are like things I need to get done for the day. These are bigger notes to go in a bit more detail, and I've got them like right through until my peak weeks. I normally plan them out on a Sunday, and then I'm like done for the week. But at the same time, despite like all the planning, you can't really plan how your body's going to react and stuff. And if I've had it, so like say I was going to have a lay-in or not do morning cardio on say a Thursday, but it turns out that by the Tuesday my body's so knackered that I actually have to not go, and then it all kind of gets jumbled around. Or as I mentioned in like my last video, when I'm doing a workout and it sounds silly, but like I can't get on the machines in the order I want to use them, or the order that my workout was set out, or even like can't get on a cardio machine that is what my cardio is for that time on that day, and that all really puts me off. So it's like you have to be organised and you have to make the plans, but you also have to be able to adapt, and I think that was probably one of the harder things that I've had to deal with that I didn't expect. And then something that I think I found easier than I expected, and don't get me wrong, I say easier as like a really loose term. I hate cardio. I hate all things cardio apart from spin and raving. So for me, I was really dreading cardio. And I mean, most days I'm anxious all day about my evening hit, but actually once I get started, it's a lot easier to do. I've actually found that it's the morning lists where I'll struggle more. At least with my hit, I know like I'm in my head, I'm digging a hole for 30 seconds and then I stop, and that 30 seconds of rest does really go like so quick. I'm literally there like, I swear I just stopped, but it's actually easier than I expected, and I hate it. But that's where I found myself like having to up my speed or up the intensity, because my body didn't get like used to it. Like I've kind of got better at it, but my body was more able to adapt to it, and I needed to really kind of push harder to get the most out of those sessions. Next question is, what is my go-to glute exercise? And I think this is a bit of a difficult one, because I quite like hip thrusts, and I'd love to really get along with kickbacks, because I think kickbacks with a band I love that. But when I use a cable, because I need the weight and the extra kind of intensity, I really struggle, my back gets engaged, I start to lose form. So I think my go-to exercise for glutes is probably going to have to be squats. Like, they just never fail. And they're actually not even in my current training split anyway. I will do, like this week I will have some like sumo deficit ones with a dumbbell, but no back squats, no front squats. They're actually just out at the moment, because there's no point in the kind of stressing myself or stress my body. Another question is a two-part one. Are you nervous about post-show, and what are you going to eat? So if I start with the lighter part of that question, post-show I am going to probably have McDonald's, but I actually just went in my cupboard and I was doing my meal prep today, and I remembered that months ago I brought myself long life kimchi and Korean noodles, which I love, and I make them amazing with all these other extra add-ons and stuff, and I've completely forgot I bought them for post-show, and now I have them. So probably going to be burgers and kimchi, and then I've been talking about a cheesecake I'm going to make with my 6,000 Easter eggs I brought myself that are sitting in my room, because apparently prep is not enough torture as it is without me going and buying loads of chocolates to stare at me while I lay in bed. And in terms of post-show, for my first show, I think I'm not really nervous. Obviously I'll have my meal to enjoy and stuff, but I'm then 3 weeks out from my second show, so I kind of have that same goal and same thing that I've had the whole time, so I'm not too nervous then. I think when it comes to after my second show, like going along the assumption that will be the final show for me for that year, because I do want to go into a long off season. I want to be able to work on improvements I've kind of noticed myself as I've gotten more lean. So I think that's where I'm a bit worried, because I know that I'm going to be going into the opposite of a deficit, and we'll be slowly pushing food back up. But at the same time, like, I know that I have a good support system around me, and my willpower has been quite good. I'm a bit weird, like I'll watch people eat or ask them to taste stuff and describe it to me, but not too worried about it now. I guess it's a bridge that I'll cross if it plays into effect when it comes to it. And do I feel ready? I kind of answered that earlier. That's another one. And yeah, so again, I get a few questions about like calories I'm on, but not from other competitors. I think it's just from some lifestyle people, or I say lifestyle people really loosely, it's just people who I know aren't competing, and I follow them and they follow me, and they've asked me what calories I'm on, or people at work, and I've been on like quite decent calories. I've kind of started to chip away and then push forward, but where the shows got postponed, we pulled back. So it's actually only in the more recent weeks that I've kind of got to the 1,000 calorie around about threshold, and I'm still above 1,000 calories today. I haven't actually worked out what my food will be for tomorrow. And yeah, another question was how long I've been with my boyfriend. So me and my boyfriend actually started dating just before a lockdown initially, but when lockdown happened, obviously we was already spending quite a lot of time together, so I said, do you want to just stay at mine? And then we basically got to enjoy a whole summer like Sandy did in Greece with but it was literally, no, it was great, and we've just kind of stuck together, and we was one of the couples that it really made us to have lockdown. It kind of jumped us past a lot of awkwardness and slowly getting to know someone, because we just did it a lot quicker. And my final question is something that I actually say a lot on my thing, but I like it anyway. What's my favourite thing to train? My absolute favourite thing to train is shoulders. I love it. I love it. I finish my shoulder session and I'm literally there like yeah, I think having like the kind of cutting with your shoulders, I think is beautiful. When my mum competed, who again I've mentioned before, like her shoulders are great. I mean, to be honest, she looks great, but I think delts are my absolute favourite thing to look at, and I think they just look glorious. But yeah, so that was all my questions. It's hopefully a really short video. I thought I was going to do this really quickly. I just spent 10 minutes talking. But yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Next week I'm actually doing something, so my video is not just going to be me waffling doing the same thing. And thank you for making it this far. Peace out.